Hey, this on here just recapping the situation that happened between, Sterling. Oh damn, I said Sterling. I fucked that up. But now between Shannon Sharp and Skip Bayless. And so I don't know, man. like, a couple of weeks ago the comment that, that kinda like was like a gut punch when, Skip threw it in his face that, he's angry at Tom Brady because Tom Brady's still playing at 45 and he was forced to retire at 35. And so it was always like when I heard that shit, when I heard it the first time when I was watching the video clip, I was like, God damn, like he just threw that joint that day. And so like, Shannon was kind of like, oh wow, like, he's saying like why everything gotta be a dig at me. And so I, I mean you in a situation where you gotta ask yourself what's the proper response to do, you know? Like everybody in the comments say, oh yeah, man, if that was me, I would have did this, man. Like, yeah, I would have went at his ass and shit. Like, come on, man. Like, there's certain people that if they type that shit, yeah, they might be that type of um I ain't gonna say high head, but somebody that just don't go for no bullshit, no nonsense. And so if somebody try to play with them, they just gonna go ahead and just shut that shit down ASAP. But every dude who's saying they gonna bark, they not gonna fucking bark. I mean that shit showed, man. Like when them people put y'all in the box, and last year, matter of fact, last year this time, last fall, 2021, right, going into 2022, them peoples was like, yeah, it's mandatory poke. You gotta get poked if you want to stay having your motherfucking income and shit. And motherfuckers the previous year, couple of months prior, was talking all this shit like, nah, man, I ain't gonna do that shit. I ain't gonna do that shit. And then all of a sudden, when they threaten to take your comfort and shit, and they threaten to take away, a lot of your, because they took a portion of it in 2020, but 2021 that was gonna be the real deal. You know what I'm saying? Where you was gonna have to draw a line in the sand, and if you go down this lane, it's gonna really hurt your ass and shit. So there's some people that just conform, like, all right, yeah, let me do this. And then they tried to like, guilt you into like saying, yeah, you should do this, XYZ and all this stuff or whatever and whatnot. But in your said life, not just that time, but there's other times also where you had to make a decision like that pertaining to some like your work or whatever. And a lot of people fail back and shit. You know what I'm saying? They're not gonna they're not gonna be honest on this right here and say like, yeah, I did I did find myself in a situation like that and I pulled back because yeah, I wanted to make sure that me and my family was good. Not everybody gonna say that shit. Mostly everybody gonna just say like, yeah, man, like nah, ain't nobody gonna box me in like that. But everybody's not like that because if that was the case, like, what I'm saying, a lot of the races will be way different. But everybody ain't solid like that. You know what I'm saying? You could perpetrate like you is, but everybody ain't. You know what I'm saying? So he found himself in a position on, you know what I'm saying, where it's like he had to take it on the chin type of approach. You feel me? Because he don't want to be that angry black guy. You know what I'm saying? Because he like the funds that he's getting, he I guess he got a bit of loyalty to the guy, and I guess he feel like sometimes when some people do push you on, they do try to sun you and shit like that. And it's up to you the way you be like, man, nah, man, like, this enough, man. I can't take this shit no more. You know what I'm saying? But it takes each man and woman different levels before they get to that point or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So he must, he gave himself kudos on one of his things that he wrote. You know what I'm saying, that he ain't as hot tempered as he used to be and shit like that. And but I mean, it's a time and a place for everything. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody would get, like say it at the day of, like, yeah, man, good, like good. You stood up for yourself and shit like that or whatever. And then, you take a L. Ain't none of them networks gonna ever fuck with you like that. Like, you gotta think logically, like, you know what I'm saying? Like he in a position where his YouTube is hitting, and you know what I'm saying, he doing tremendous thing, and right now the trajectory is going in an upward swing, you know what I'm saying? And so, he could, just dip off and say like, yeah, I could just focus on that and see where the avenues open up for me, just what I'm saying, like investing and honing and building that up. You know what I'm saying? Like, who knows how far it could go, you know what I'm saying? Cause it's still relatively in the you know, I ain't gonna, I mean, he got a whole bunch of subs, so I ain't gonna say it's still in the birth stages, but it's still in the stages where it's not even as far as it possibly could be, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, everybody not gonna be going off the deep end. Not everybody not gonna go for the jugular, you know what I'm saying? So um you there, you gonna see, you know what you gonna have to do? You gonna have to see, if you see you getting played with, you gotta flip it and say, how can I work this bitch into my advantage and shit. And so maybe he a small Southern dude, you know what I'm saying? I know he got that in his core. You feel me? So I know he already is figuring out like the next play, like they playing chess or whatever. So if you see you dealing with somebody that's causing you this type of disrespect at work, you always gonna have like a fucking rebuttal to the shit. You know what I'm saying? So it just was weird just to see, like, you dealing with somebody. And but no, I mean, that's normal though. You gonna always work with people that everybody ain't gonna respect you at work. You would like that be the case. And I'm not trying to justify like for you to be no fucking pushover type motherfucker. I'm just saying, like, just in reality, it's gonna be some people that, yeah, everybody respect that motherfucker, but there's gonna be some people where this person's not gonna respect you and shit. So, with that, you gotta just, move accordingly, after you realize that, like after you really come to grips with that and say, okay, all right, this is what it is. And then I already know what my next three plays is, because I already understand the type of motherfucker I'm dealing with. That's all. All right, that's just my thoughts on it. All right, thanks for listening.